Drop the Balls Podcast
with Mark Davis, Kriska Meinhardt, Luke Rule, Jake Winnekind, Alan Tomasella, and Nick the Doc Skirkle. Good evening. It is Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. I'm Mark Davis. Sorry, I got confused, Luke. Your headphones weren't on.
Yeah, no, they died on me.
Oh, they died on you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I turned them on and like sitting here, I'm like, fuck, I don't even know the charger's at.
No, yeah, it's good. I was just making sure there was no echo. That's all. I was a little nervous there, but I'm Mark Davis. That's Luke Rule. We will be here back-to-back nights, just the two of us, my friend, as we're here to preview Week 11 of the NFL season, Week 12. We're really just Georgia, Tennessee of the college football season. Luke, we talked a little bit last night. How are you now feeling just one day removed? The Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, battle of the AFC North right here in Steel City, in Pittsburgh. How you feeling, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the game. It's going to be a good game. I mean, it's always a big time matchup with the Ravens and Steelers going against each other. Like I said yesterday, I wish it was a primetime game, but it is what it is. We got an afternoon game.
1 o'clock. Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to mention UCF, but I think it's over. I don't think there's much to
nothing to talk about there.
Not much to talk about there. Luke, Texas, they play Arkansas this week in Little Rock, so we have a chance. Arkansas a little feisty. I'll give them that.
They're feisty at home. They're feisty at home.
Not a night game, so I'm not as worried, but it's still a feisty team. We are on a 2-game losing streak to Arkansas back when we were in the Big 12 and then being in the SEC. And the Atlanta Falcons, Luke, big game against the Denver Broncos. Didn't think before the season this would be a pretty big game, but hey, it is. It is.
I think Bo Nix and the Broncos have been impressing this season
too.
In their Broncos defense.
Kind of taking back the Sean Payton hate a little bit. He's kind of got them, somewhat turned around.
Maybe he was right about Bo Nix.
Well, I know Chris wasn't a big fan of Bo Nix coming in the season. I liked Bo Nix. I thought he would have been good with the Sean Payton system. Just didn't think year one they'd be 5-5 through 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, you ready, man? We have just the two of us, man. We pretty much knock this out, talk a little football, try and get in about an hour, 5 minutes like last night. And, no Doc, he's still sick, still under the weather.
And he's been sick the last month.
I think the Bears I think it's the Bears doing that to him.
Probably.
Yeah, I sound like he was ready to go. I even had a segment for him. But Luke, speaking of segments, we're just going to start off. In my opinion, the game of the week: the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens. The Steelers 7-2. 7-2. The Baltimore Ravens 7-3. Winners in first place because the winner will have 8 wins, even if the Ravens are 8-3. Luke, who has the advantage, and what storylines are you looking for here?
I wouldn't really say who's got the advantage. I think the Ravens have the slight advantage. I know us playing on the road, it's not very far. Familiar territory, we play there a lot. But I mean, some of the storylines we got a lot of players on the opposite teams this year. So Deontay Johnson used to be a Steeler, now with the Ravens. You got Patrick Queen, used to be the Ravens, now a Steeler. So some interesting matchups with them playing against. See if we get Deontay Johnson involved this week and see if Patrick Queen can actually make some tackles.
Yeah, I guess I can see what you're saying. Like, there's no team that has a true advantage here. I mean, I think the advantage just because they're at home, maybe Pittsburgh just because of that home field environment. It's not a night game, so it won't be as rowdy. It will be rowdy, but the storyline I'm looking for is how this Pittsburgh Steelers defense can contain Lamar, Derrick Henry. I'm not saying they're going to shut them down, right? That's living in if you can do that, that's great, but that's kind of living in a fantasy world. How can you limit them? How can you cut them down? Steelers being top 10 defense, probably the best defense that the Ravens will face this year. Best offense that the Steelers have faced this year, honestly, too. Yeah. So which one is going to come out on top here? Can the Ravens or can the Steelers keep up if it's a shootout, too? I know the pass defense isn't the best for the Ravens, so can they keep up?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Steelers' best option is stack the box on the Ravens and hope they're. They have good cornerbacks over in Pittsburgh, so they stack the box and they can hold down man coverage in the back, and not let Lamar roll out and make big plays like he's done all season. I mean, that'd be really big for the Steelers then. But I think our pass defense, starts to get it going this week, hopefully.
You would hope, you would hope, because Russell's been pretty good. I'm not saying he's been great, but he's been solid.
Russell was good, but he's definitely not the best quarterback we've played all season. So no. If we can hold him back a little bit, I think if we get in a shootout, I definitely give the Ravens the advantage in a shootout game, just because we can rush the passer still. Russell Wilson's not as mobile as he used to be, and they only have a couple big time wide receivers. I mean, you lock down Pickens, and you should have a lot of that offense.
Better watch out for Mike Williams.
Yeah, he had one play.
I will say that the running game, I think Najee and Jalen Warren have been pretty.
Yeah, they're both pretty much the same running back. Both of them similar styles, physical running backs, tough to tackle. So, but if you keep them behind the line of scrimmage, you're all right.
I just want to see your O-line. Is the O-line? I mean, obviously I've been watching the games, but I haven't really noticed it. Have they been getting better? Because T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith and Patrick Queen are coming. They haven't. No, okay.
No, Lamar pads are O-line stats.
Okay.
Just because he can escape the pocket and complete passes, so he's not taking too many sacks. But I mean, he's got to roll out a lot just because the O-line just it's not the greatest. It's definitely the weak point on the offense.
It's just gonna be interesting too, because like with TJ and Highsmith, how's the O-line? Like a lot of teams for some reason they have a lot of single coverage against TJ. There are times he gets doubled and chipped, but like how do the Ravens kind of roll the protection towards TJ? Do they kind of make it mutual with him and Alex Highsmith? I'm interested to see that too, like because you can't let TJ and Highsmith get going. I mean, obviously that as a Ravens fan, you can't let that happen.
Yeah, we got to put like Patrick Richard on Chip and TJ too, or something like that. So again, at least double team the whole game, or run straight at him with Ricard, and hopefully Ricard can slow him down that Henry can get around him.
Yeah, because I mean that's another eye too. Is like
that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight coming at him.
Like Derrick Henry didn't have the biggest game against the Bengals last week. He did score a touchdown. He got his typical touchdown, but it wasn't a typical Derrick Henry game. So is this due now for kind of a bigger 100 yards plus, maybe a couple touchdowns from old King Henry?
I think if we can get Derrick Henry on the edge a little more this game, I think he can break some off and put some cornerback on his highlight reel.
So you're saying though, shootout favors you guys, low scoring game, maybe like low 20s favors them.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if they can stop our offense pretty much the whole game, they'll score on our defense.
So that's the edge. The edge is high scoring Ravens, low scoring Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, we usually the high scoring games are the ones we've won so far. So the low scoring ones we've lost.
Yeah, because the Bengals, the Browns game, he only scored like low 20s. Yeah, he scored 26 against the Raiders, or 23 against the Raiders, and then 20. Yeah, so 23 and less.
We score 25 points, and we're sitting pretty good.
Yeah, 25. That's kind of like the Falcons. I always say that. Like, if the Falcons, if they could just hit 20, we won every game. If we hit 17 or below, we've lost every game. So it's just hit 20. But
yeah, we need a little more room for us with our pass defense.
It's just the way that it's worked out for us. I mean, not saying like 20 is the ideal number, but no, yeah, I think this game though, I think it is the game of the week too. Like like you said, it sucks that it's on Fox. I mean, obviously you have or CBS, but you just do have the 4:30 game. The week before Christmas on Saturday, so it will be the standalone game. But it does suck. You guys are at 1:00. I know Packers Bears are on that time, so people have eyes on that a little bit just because of the rivalry and to see what Caleb's going to do with new offense coordinators. So. It does suck that it's a 1:00 game. I'm a little upset about that.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, kind of like usually we at least get one Steeler Raven primetime game too. Like usually I get almost every year one of them is primetime, but not this year.
I think they're counting that 4:30. Like I said, it's the only game on. So that's probably why it's not primetime, but it's the only game. So I consider it primetime, which I hate how they do that, but still. We're going to pick this game, Luke, later tonight, and you might be surprised with who picked who. Just saying.
I would be very impressed if I see 3 people on the Ravens.
we will see about that, Luke. Let's talk Thursday night. This is what kicks off the week, and another interesting game, if you ask me. The Washington Commanders, same scenario as the Ravens and the Steelers. The Commanders on the road, like you guys, 7-3. The Eagles at home, just like the Steelers, 7-2. Hey. The Maryland team 7-3, the Pennsylvania team 7-2. Luke, same thing.
I guess the Northeast does football pretty good.
Pretty good this year. Good. Who has the advantage, and what storylines are we looking at here?
I mean, I've been kind of leaning Commanders. I think this game is really a coin toss for me. I think the Commanders get a slight edge with the coaching. I think better coaching for the Commanders. I think Nick Sirianni is going to make a terrible call, and his fan base is going to fucking riot. Like they're still booing him after they're 7-2. Like the fan base does not like Nick Sirianni, and he's
That's Philly,
one.
man.
Yeah, he's 1 or 2 mistakes away from like it going ballistic in Philadelphia, even though they're winning.
Yeah, they're winning. They're like I said, they're 7-2 and they're in first place, and like the fans are like you said, they're not. I've lived in the area when I was my first couple of years in New Jersey, and I used to listen to the radio show every morning. No matter every week, it was a different like tone. It's either fuck. It was at time Doug Peterson was either fuck Doug Peterson, and then the next week it was oh yeah, great man, great Doug. What he did was great. Same thing with Carson Wentz. Yeah, it was.
They don't say that with Nick Sirianni at all, though. They don't say he's great at all.
I haven't listened to the sports talk. I could download on iHeart, but. No, Luke, I'm looking forward to Jaden Daniels' first time in Philadelphia against the Eagles, prime time, night game. You know, it's a hostile environment. Philly has lost a primetime game at home this year to Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. The Commanders' offense is probably, well, it's on paper, statistically, it's better than the Falcons. So I want to see, can this offense sustain that? The Eagles' defense has been getting better. PFF does, you know, that's your site. They have Cooper DeJean ranked the number 1 corner in the NFL. So the defense has been getting better for the Eagles under Vic Fangio. The offense with Kellen Moore looking pretty good as well. So can Jane Daniels and the Commanders, led by him, Terry McLaurin, Austin Eckler, can they keep up the same pace as the Eagles, who are loaded all over the field?
Yeah, I mean pretty much everybody said it. The Eagles have the best roster right now in the NFL. It's just having the coaches to put it together and make the right calls. I think that'll probably be like this deciding factor of what Nick Sirianni decides to do in these fourth down plays. If he goes for them and he misses a couple, I mean that could be a huge turning point in the game. And I think this Commanders offense has enough firepower that they can keep up with the Eagles. But Jane Daniels has to make sure he just comes out and does what he does. I mean, he's playing well all season. A little bit of a tough week last week, but he's also going against one of the top defenses in the NFL.
And that's the thing is like I just feel like the advantage goes to Philly just because it's in Philly. I know the Commanders played them tough. They had the last couple of years, but it's like you said, it's just too much, man. Like you got Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Saquon, Dallas Goedert's healthy now. The defense is playing. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, they're out there, the big boys in the D line. Like they're playing better ball, which is what was a problem with Philly last year. The O line's blocking good. I would love to see the Commanders win. I just don't know if I could pick them yet. I mean, maybe in Landover when they're in Maryland, maybe I'll pick them later in the year. It's hard to pick against Philly, especially a primetime game in Philly.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for like a really good Thursday night football matchup. Two back to back.
Yeah.
Two good ones back to back. So this is Prime's getting their money's worth this year. They're getting some good matchups.
Thursday finally got it right. You know, I mean, they've had some good games. Next week, Steelers Browns, so not the best, but
yeah.
But I would say that it's a good primetime game. It's a good way to start the week, kind of feeling good. You know, we're getting some good football. I think this is a close game no matter who wins, too. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think that both teams are going to play each other tough. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a field goal game.
Yeah, probably score mid-20s. You know, probably 28 wins the game kind of score.
Oh man, and fantasy wise, I was looking at the because you know like last week I kind of got fucked when I play against Jamar and Joe Burrow. This week I'm playing against Wade, right? And this is just Thursday night. He's got Jalen Hurts, Saquon, he's got Dallas Goedert, and Brian Robinson Jr. He's got 4 of his 9 players.
Could be a bad game for you.
Yeah, and all I've got, so like half his team's pretty much done. I just got Jaden Daniels. So I'm all for Jaden Daniels and the Commanders playing defense. And just hopefully don't run the ball with Brian Robinson. Let it be an Eckler game, if anything. But yeah, but like I'm getting a little PTSD from last week because, like I said, now I'm playing against the whole fucking team of Wade, literally on Thursday night. But no, this is going to be a great game, Luke, and another great game. And we know the storyline. It's Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes is 4-3 against Josh Allen. His career, Josh Allen's 3-1 against Mahomes in the regular season. Mahomes is 3-0 in the playoffs. Luke, this is a regular season game. Is this finally the time that someone can burn the Kansas City Chiefs? Can the Buffalo Bills do it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know what wide receiver is playing for the Bills this week.
Mari's questionable, and he's been practicing.
Is Coleman?
He's out. Like he's like actually O on every site.
Hey, I'm glad I traded him. So what a deal.
Don't need him yet. Well,
Hey,
Nick Chubb hasn't been anything special yet, neither.
No, he's gonna do something special this week because he's in my lineup. He's in my lineup for now. I haven't made my final decisions, but yeah, I mean, this is a big game. I think Mahomes is able to do more with less than Josh Allen at this point. So Josh Allen missing like his top targets. Like even if Mark Cooper does play, he's gonna be playing banged up. I trust the Kansas City offense more going against the Bills defense than Josh Allen going against the Kansas City defense. That Kansas City defense has been playing pretty much lights out all season. I mean, their defense is what's carrying this team all along because the offense has not been getting it done. But you've seen the past few weeks, Travis Kelce's been heating up. So I mean, he's been getting better in it. And D Hop's pretty much fully in the offense now. So I mean, this Kansas City teams is starting to get healthy. Maybe Isaiah Pacheco plays. I don't know.
He's designated to return for practice. I don't know if he plays yet though.
He may not play this week, but I mean, Kansas City's getting healthy now, so they're going to start. They're only getting better, which is scary because they're 9-0.
The thing is that Luke, the Bills. I mean, surprisingly, they lose all these names in the middle of the pack with yards per game. They are the top 10, top 12 in points per game. And Josh Allen, for some reason, when he plays Patrick Mahomes, I get it. He's not won every game against him in the playoffs, and the regular season only lost one game. A lot of times he outduels Mahomes. Mahomes just gets the win in the playoffs, definitely, because something happens. But Mahomes, I think this is a game where Josh Allen, I don't care if Keon Coleman and Mark Cooper's out. I think this is a Josh Allen kind of a superhero game. He plays under the pressure really well against Patrick Mahomes. It's that rivalry, that they try and one up each other. Like you said, Kelsey's getting hot. Wonder if Taylor's going to be there, and Bills Mafia. That's going to be big too. Can she survive the crowd there? I know it's not a Taylor show, but
she went last to the playoff game. She survived just fine then.
Well, it's playoffs. You got to be there for playoffs. Regular season is different.
The crowd's not going to be as much as the playoff was.
No, I know, but I mean, it's just Kareem Hunt's playing good. I think too. I mean, it's
Jason there. Jason's got to be there, chugging some beers, hanging out the window again.
I will say that was pretty cool. I was a big fan of that one, but I don't know, man. I just feel like this screams the Chiefs lose a game finally here, and it just screams that Josh Allen is due to knock them down a little bit. I know that you and Jake, you guys haven't really respected the Bills nearly as much as like myself and Allen. No. And I think that maybe this could be the game that maybe sways you. I still think if they win, you guys are going to say, well, typical Bills, they'll beat them in the regular season, but they'll fuck up somewhere. Josh Allen, yes, has had a couple turnovers, a couple interceptions the last couple weeks. I think he's at 4 or 5. Still not bad stat line. He's not throwing it up like he was, but he's still a couple interceptions here and there now. But Patty's been kind of good the last couple weeks too. No interceptions the last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs just find a way to, like, the biggest moments of games. They always figure a way to make it happen. They can play shitty the whole game, but they come down to the 3rd, 4th down, and the last drive of the game within 1 score. I mean, Kansas City's probably going to figure it out.
But I feel the same way with Josh when it comes to the Chiefs. Like, it's just when he plays them, it's like the Superman cape comes on and he makes the right plays. Now, can the receivers catch the ball? That's an issue that happened last year in the playoffs. No Stephon Diggs. Yeah.
I'm good with either team losing, honestly. Like it doesn't matter to me at this point. Like, either team could lose. I mean, the Ravens already beat the Bills. Kansas City beat the Ravens. So, like, Kansas City losing would not hurt my feelings at all.
No, yeah, it would be nice. I'm a big Josh Allen fan. I'm probably the biggest Josh Allen fan that probably any of this group knows. I've been supporting him for quite a long time now. So.
Yeah. Ever since he got good.
No, I had him in 2019. No, I had him in 2019, the year before he got Diggs, and he was maybe I watched him because it was the second year I had him in fantasy. He was like the 6th ranked quarterback, and I was like, man, I was actually watching. I was like, he's got potential. And then when he got Diggs, I actually projected them to go to the Super Bowl that year. First year with Diggs, and they were 1 game away, of course, lost to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, they do what they do. Hey, but that was also the first year of them being good. So, like, no one really – they were kind of on the radar. And I was like, damn, I was pretty close. To have them in the Super Bowl, they lose the national championship. I'll give myself a pat on the back there. I was pretty pretty close after the Bills. No one else had them anywhere near the Super Bowl. But yeah, Luke, Sunday, CBS, Jim Nance, Tony Romo calling the game. You know,
It's be a big game right here.
the sound won't be on this game for me because they play the same time as the Falcons, but it will be on the triangle box.
He'll be on my TV. I will have the sound on my TV.
Yes, if the Falcons weren't playing, this would be my sound of the game. But some of them was like, "What do you mean? You have to have the sound on the Falcons?" Like, yeah, it's my team, man. Like, I have to hear my team. I can't. When it's commercial, I'll flip over the volume, but that's about it. Or halftime. But
yeah, I do the same thing with the Ravens playing too. So
yeah, they could be playing like the Tennessee Titans. That's the sound you got to get. Like that's who it's your team, man. You got to support them.
Yeah.
But Luke, this topic was for Doc, but I mean, I kind of smell an upset here a little bit. We'll see if I pick them or not. But the Chicago Bears hosting the Green Bay Packers, the NFL's longest rivalry, new offensive coordinator for the Bears. Maybe this brings life. It sounded like Keenan Allen called up the offensive coordinator today. Green Bay Packers coming off bye week. Jordan Love's been kind of just throwing up. We talk about Josh Allen throwing up just punts. That's Jordan Love. So can you smell an upset here with the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers?
I could see it. I mean, would it surprise me? No, not at all. The way this Green Bay offense has regressed over the past few weeks. I mean, they started off the season so hot, and like I don't know what's going on with Jordan Love now that he's throwing. Well, he's got the most interceptions in the league, but he's missed 3 games, two or 3 games.
2 games with injury, and then the one bye week. He's already had a bye week.
So I mean, he leads the league in interceptions. So, but we'll see if this new OC can get the Bears turned around in 1 week. I mean, I said it yesterday. It looks like the Bears, like Caleb Williams, has just like regressed over the past few games. Like he started off pretty weak, then started going up. Had a really good game over in London, and right back down right after that game. Back to like his week 1 performance where they couldn't score at all. Like this Bears team over the last 3 weeks can barely put up any points. So I mean, and against like shitty teams.
Patriots, one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't scored a touchdown. They haven't scored touchdowns since they were in London.
Yeah, most sacked team too. I mean, this Green Bay defense is still a good defense. So
McKinney leads tied for the lead in interceptions with Kirby Joseph. So yeah, Luke. I mean, and the Bears need this too. Like I said, 3-game losing streak. You're 4-5, or they're 4-5. Hardest schedule remaining. You got to get this win here. I mean, otherwise you want to start chalking up the season. I mean,
he refers to a couple games away from getting fired.
I think Chicago will wait. I think they'll wait to then. It's one of those teams where Chicago, I don't think Chicago really fires coaches mid-season. They're kind of those teams that wait the day after.
Besides this week, they fired somebody this week.
Oh yeah, I mean head coach. Yeah, like, they'll fire. Like, so I saw. I think it was on Pat McAfee's show in the last year. This is the 8th assistant coach that's been fired under the Matt Eberflus coaching staff in a year.
They got one left from starting with them, and it's the O-line coach.
And it's one of the worst groups right now. So make that make sense to me. I don't get like the formula is not working for me there. I don't understand. Caleb Williams most sacked, but also like you said yesterday, Caleb Williams does that to himself a lot by holding on the ball too much. Sometimes your best throw, like you said, is an incompletion, throwing it away.
Yeah, I mean they also lead the league in taking sacks with the quarterback with the ball in his hands for more than 4 seconds. More than 4 seconds, that's on the quarterback.
Like, yeah, I mean,
there's only so much I can do.
If they're not open, scramble outside the pocket, throw it away.
Yeah, or throw it at some running back's feet or something. Like dump it off.
This is an interesting game though. Like this is one of the 1 o'clock games. I'm gonna have it on the screen along with your team, and I'll find a couple other games because I do want to see. I want to see the new look Bears. I want to see Jordan Love after a bye week. Did his mind get fresh? Did Matt LaFleur kind of get Jordan Love feeling different? Josh Jacobs, by the way, too, one of the best running backs in football this year. He's been killing. He's actually been carrying the Packers, if you ask me, even when Jordan Love was hurt. So
it'll be a good matchup. I mean, it's always a pretty good matchup when Green Bay and Chicago play. Pretty feisty rivalry going on here, too. Not as feisty as Baltimore and Pittsburgh, but
it's the oldest rivalry in the NFL. So, it's always – and, Doc's going to be very, very loud, too. So
we'll see if he'll be napping if the game goes bad.
1 o'clock game. He naps at that 4 o'clock window, so he's got no choice to watch this game. Luke, last topic before we jump into our picks. Anthony Richardson was announced back as the starting quarterback. He tapped out of that Texans game. He did finish that game, but since then the Colts lost 2 in a row. They lost to 8 points by the Vikings on Sunday night, and then lost by 10 points. Is this the right move for the Colts? Is this kind of going to be like the Bryce Young effect where, kind of a breath, a fresh breath of air, and then maybe Anthony Richardson gets going? They are playing the Jets. We're going to pick that very shortly, but it's just the right move by the Indianapolis Colts because Joe Flacco honestly wasn't looking that good neither, if you ask me.
Yeah. No, I mean, I still don't think this is the right move. I mean, we've seen what Anthony Richardson has done all season, and he hasn't played good at all.
Yeah.
And Flacco's at least had some like flashes of playing good football. So, I mean, I don't think it's the right move. I mean, I just dropped Anthony Richardson this week in fantasy. I was hanging on to him for a while, but
Did you actually drop him?
Yeah, he had to go. I took
I didn't know
Herbert over him. Herbert's been balling, so I mean, Anthony Richardson is going to make some mistakes. Well, I dropped him before I saw he was going to start, so.
Yeah, you might. I mean, I picked up Minshew in Dynasty this week.
I dropped Anthony.
Yeah, I know.
Redraft.
Well, I needed a quarterback for Dynasty because Baker's on bye week, and I was like, "Damn, Minshew's available." Hey, better than picking up some running back that might get me like 10 points. I'm playing the worst team in the league too, playing Crustucky Cucks Jones team.
Yeah, I think I just beat him last week.
Hey, you're doing good. Hey, you're
both of them. I'm on a 5-game win streak in redraft too.
Yeah, you're hot. You're one of the hottest teams in both leagues, honestly. Yeah. I mean, you're the hottest team in redraft for sure. Good comeback. That belt might stay there. Maybe I don't have to snatch it from you on the wedding weekend. No. Maybe it just stays in your household. Maybe it's free shipping fee.
I'm trying to keep it in the household.
Yeah.
I mean, buy me a beer.
What was it?
Somebody just buy me a beer for whatever the shipping cost was.
Yeah. No, Luke, I'm interested to see this. I want to see it just because I want to see, obviously playing Aaron Rodgers. So all eyes are going to be on the Jets and Colts because it's Rodgers versus the Colts. But no, I mean, I don't know if it's the right move or not. Like the Colts aren't doing anything. It seems like the culture there is kind of – there is no culture.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened to the Colts. Like they had so much potential like coming into this season to play good football and possibly make the playoffs. And now it's like they've pretty much lost all hope. They're just throwing darts at the wall trying to make something stick.
I thought this was a chance to be a sneaky 9 or 10 win team, and I just don't see it no more. I see maybe like a 6-7 win team.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see if this couple of weeks off for Anthony Richardson is good for him. Maybe he rested up good so he can play the full game, not get too tired.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
we'll see. I mean, the Jets team has looked not great, so I mean, maybe not a bad game to come back in. I mean, but he's also going to the worst field in the NFL. He's at MetLife Stadium, so I mean, hopefully he doesn't try to run too much because he might tear his ACL.
Well, good thing he's got back in there. Well, good thing he's got shoulder issues in his career, not leg injuries.
No, he's got fucking cardio issues too.
Oh yeah. I'm tired. Hey, so me and Coach, bad look. It was a bad look. I mean, I understand. Like people are like, well, I don't like the whole well receivers do. Well, yeah, but your third, fourth string receiver, I trust more than the backup quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I definitely trust that. But Luke, let's start to jump into the picks this week. I mean, we have it's slowly going. Give it a second. I'm on time actually. Bam, actually. So Luke.
Man. Tough week.
Let's go over last week. Chris has been the hottest team in the league. He went 11-3 last week. Myself and Doc and Jake went 9-5, and you and Al went 8-6. A little tough week for Chris with 2 wins over us. That's definitely a tough week. Against the spread, Chris led the week with Allen 9-5. The 2 guys that were and Allen jumped me, but you went 7-7. Myself and Doc 6-8, and Jake 5-9. Was not a very good week last week against the spread for pretty much anybody.
Yeah, it's a tough week for us.
Yeah, very, very tough week. Luke, yearly records, Doc still up over 5 over me and Jake. Me and Jake can't catch any ground.
Yeah, Chris coming back on me.
Chris passed Allen. This is the first time since week 1. Chris has been solely in front of Allen. They were tied for a couple weeks after week 1. But, yeah, Chris has officially jumped Allen. He is now getting close to you. Me and Jake kind of trying to catch Doc. Against the spread, Doc and Jake neck and neck. Allen passed me by a game. You're behind me by a game. Chris is kind of still steadily the anchor.
He's hanging out in the back.
But he's doing good. Hey, he's doing good against the money line or for the money line. But Luke, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Normally you get a chance to see it before, so you have not seen.
I've not seen these.
Let's start. Thursday night football.
Okay.
The Washington Commanders, the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles, Luke. Eagles. Eagles, 3.5-point favorites at home over the Commanders.
Yeah, I'm seeing the Boo Birds going to be out, and they're going to be booing Nick Sirianni this week because he is going to go for it on fourth and 3 or something like that, and they're going to miss it. And Jane Daniels going to drive down the field and put this game away, and then it's going to be a bad day for Nick Sirianni because it's going to get really loud in Philadelphia coming for his job.
I would love for the Commanders to win this game, Luke. I just, even when the Falcons played the Eagles, I picked the Eagles to win. I picked the Eagles to win. I was wrong, and I was happy I was wrong. I just have a hard time picking teams in Philly at night. And I think Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin, and I think the defense is playing pretty good lately.
Need a big game from Scary Terry and Jane Daniels.
I would love a Scary Terry, Jaden Daniels game. Luke, I just don't think, even if they have a big game, they're going to match up with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley. It's just so much. On paper, I'm going to go Eagles here, Luke. I'm going to have them covering the spread, but it's a close game. I'm thinking maybe a 4 to 6 point game. I'm saying fly, Philly, fly. I'm hoping HTTC, hail to the Commanders. I would love for them to win, but I just can't do it, Luke.
Yeah. I mean, this was a tough pick for me too. Like, I really wanted to pick the Eagles, but I'm like, I'm going to ride with the Commanders. I'm going to take the upset here.
Yesterday, you were leaning towards Philly. You were.
Yeah, I was leaning towards Philly until I sent you what my pick was.
Yeah. And then Chris is joining you. He's the only one on the cut. Well, we know why.
Chris's boy at quarterback. So, I mean, I'm sure Chris is picking the Bengals in here too. So
we'll see. That's towards the end.
Chris and Allen are both on the Bengals.
All right, Luke. The next game this is your game. The Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Ravens. Are 2.5-point favorites on the road. I was shocked that you guys are road favorites, 2.5-point favorites, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, I think the offense speaks for itself, really, and the way Lamar Jackson's been playing all season long. Obviously, as so far through 10 weeks, he's probably clear MVP at this point. So, I mean, he's been balling. So, I mean, as long as our pass defense can hold up, I think we're able to shut down the Steelers offense, and I think Lamar and Derrick Henry are enough to score some points on this top tier defense the Steelers have.
Doc joined you.
Close game.
Doc joined you. I was a little shocked. I even asked him, I was like, "You sure?" He said, "Yes." Jake sent me that. I'm not picking the Ravens because I'm against them because of hate. I've respected the Ravens the last couple of years. I've been respecting Lamar's game. I thought he's been playing a lot better this year. Definitely been saying he's looked phenomenal. This is not a Lamar hate pick for me. This is just they're playing in Pittsburgh. They're playing in the Steel City. This defense, I love TJ Watt. I think Fitzpatrick, Joey Porter. I think Patrick Queen's due for a good game. Alex Highsmith. There's just so much on defense. Not saying Lamar's going to go out there and look terrible. I know he struggles against the Steelers historically, 2-4, and his stats do diminish a little bit. I just think they're going to be neutralized a little bit, and that's where I'm thinking, like you said, low-scoring game favors the Steelers. I'm thinking like a 24-20, 23-20 type game, maybe a walk-off field goal by the Boswell. Chris obviously picking the Ravens because of hate. I am doing it strictly because I think the defense is going to be the reason they win this game. Russell does enough, but the Steelers' defense is going to be nasty, I think, this week.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a good game. I mean, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be stressed out the whole time, so
you're going to be sweating on the couch. You'll be sweating. You'll be a little nervous. And this is, like I said, no hate for me. I was the only one to pick the Steelers last week. I had a feeling that I was going to get some Steelers people this week. I don't know, man. I'm convinced the Steelers is. I think that they're solid. I think they're one of the better teams in the league. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they're 7-2, so I mean, they're playing great football. It's just, I still don't trust the Steelers offense that much. I think Russ might be playing out of his league at this point.
Yeah,
and hopefully this is a game where he comes back down to earth.
But see, that's the thing is y'all's pass defense. If you're not hitting the quarterback, it's like, all right, the guys are slinging it. So it's
I know. Looks like we might be out. Kyle Van Noy might be out this week too. So
he's been so good this year.
And Kyle Hamilton he's probably a game time decision. So
Van Noy's been pretty solid this year.
Yeah, I mean, he was solid last year. We picked him up in the middle of the season last year.
Yeah, I remember because I told you, I was like, Luke, you're losing all your players, and then Kyle Van Noy was like, hey, we got Van Noy back. I was like, yeah, he's aging, but hey, ageless wonder right now. I'll give him that, man.
Dude's balling. So I mean, he was. I mean, he's missed. I think he's missed a little bit of games now. He's not leading the league in sacks anymore. We're tied for it. But
yeah, it's Hendrickson now.
Yeah,
but no, Luke, all eyes will be that in the out in Acrisure Stadium, no longer Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium.
Huge miss right there.
Yeah, catch a ball is great. Luke, next game on the docket, the Indianapolis Colts, the New York Football Jets. Jets 3.5-point favorites. Like I said, Anthony Richardson is the starter now for the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really trust the Jets team that much, but I trust them more than I trust Anthony Richardson. I think it's a field goal game.
Walk-off field goal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see that. I'm just going to go with the Jets. Like you said, I don't trust the Colts. I trust the Jets more. We keep saying, okay, can the Jets win out? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing this to pick them to say that. I just don't think the Colts are good. Chris, the only one, by the way, picking the Indianapolis Colts.
Hey, this could be where Chris makes his comeback.
I think Chris has been watching that fan song from I watch him every week. His songs kill me. I don't know if you've seen him, but he's pretty good.
I think they showed him on Pat's show a few times.
yeah, me and Riz watch it once a week. The Dolphins one was the best. He threw
Chris
the ball up like
replay over there.
yeah, he's definitely going for the Colts this week. Luke, Doc's game, the Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears, Packers 4.5-point favorites on the road. Luke,
hey, I gave the Bears some respect here though, so I put some respect on them still. I think it's a close game. I mean, division like big rivalry game. They're always close. I just think the Packers better team overall. I trust Jordan Love a little more. I trust Caleb Williams, which is not saying too much, but and that run game actually gets going for Green Bay.
I was close to doing what Doc did. Doc and me talked before the show when we went over his picks. He said new offensive coordinator. It's going to hopefully turn some life around. I was close to doing the same thing. But that's why I have the Packers winning, but I have the Bears covering the spread. I think it's a walk-off field goal by the Packers in Chicago to break the hearts of the Bears, unfortunately. Sorry, Doc, if you're watching or when you do. I respect the Bears' defense enough to keep it close. That's why I have the Bears covering the spread here. But I'm going to go Packers, go Pack, go. I just, like you said, I trust Jordan Love a little more.
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
hey man, what a game right here! The Jacksonville Jaguars, the Detroit Lions, and Motor City. Luke, Lions 13.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I saw 13.5. I'm like that. I think that's a little too much for betting purposes. So I'm just going to go just under, buddy. I was easily 10-point game. I mean, the Jags could get feisty. I mean, no Trevor Lawrence playing, so I think Mac Jones still going to be starting, right?
Mac Jones will be the starter if he's.
Yeah, I mean, the Jags, maybe they get a little feisty. Maybe the Lions come in sleeping this week or something like that. A little sleepy Lion. But yeah, I think the Lions win this game pretty easily. I just think it's under 2 touchdowns.
After Jared Goff's 5 interceptions game, I wouldn't be surprised if Jared Goff throws 5 touchdowns this week. This is going to show shades of me of the Tennessee Titans Detroit Lions game. I'm about to say Detroit Lions are going to run the score up here. My closet team, apparently, I'm going to pick them. I'm going to pick them big.
Yeah, I mean, it is your closet team.
Well, because I had them win the Super Bowl. I mean, that's my Super Bowl pick.
Yeah.
Hope I'm wrong. I hope the Falcons win, but that's my Super Bowl pick before the season.
I hope you're wrong, too. I hope the Ravens win. So
it's just hard. Like we talked yesterday, I don't know who in the NFC can stop the Lions, but I know this team from the AFC won't even be close to the Lions.
Yeah. I mean, when Jared Goff's playing right, this Lions team's tough to beat. And he just wasn't playing right last week.
Yeah, I'm going with the blue and silver Jungle Cat, not the green and yellow Jungle Cat this game. So, Luke, Oakland. The Las Vegas Raiders coming off a bye, traveling to South Beach to face the Miami Dolphins, coming off that nice win over the Rams Monday Night Football. Dolphins 6.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I just thought 6.5 was a little steep for this Dolphin team that hasn't been good all season. I mean, Tua didn't look great last week in his game. Started off really weak. I think he had a couple picks, a fumble. So, I mean, I don't know. This Dolphins offense, like it's either they're hit or miss. Then I think this Raiders defense still has some fight in them. Max Crosby's still an animal. And maybe he makes Tua throw up gang signs again. So we'll see.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I was the same way like with this game. I'm going to ride with the offensive firepower of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Waddle was getting involved more. Maybe an A
Minshew
chain.
starting this game? Who's starting this game for the
I
Raiders?
believe Minshew. I mean, that's why I picked him up in Dynasty. He looked like he was getting projected points. I don't think it matters who starts. Honestly, I just think the Dolphins are going to win at least by a touchdown and extra point.
I think Minshew's a little feistier. A little
he's a little
feistier.
more.
He's kind of like a shitty Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I mean he's
Baker.
No, I like watching Minshew play too. He makes things interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I hate playing against him.
Yeah, you never. Well, he has a number for some reason against the Ravens.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He beats us though.
That's the kryptonite. Hey, playoffs, Pittsburgh, Minshew.
Regular season is Minshew. Doesn't matter what team he's on.
Yeah, right. Luke, the Los Angeles Rams, the New England Patriots, a rematch of the 2018 season with the Super Bowl. The Rams 4.5-point favorites in Foxborough.
Allen's just asking for this tank. That's what he wants.
Yeah, I don't think I couldn't remember the last time he picked the Patriots. I know he's picked them a couple times, but I can't remember when.
Yeah, I mean, I think I wasn't impressed with the Rams this last week, and I think this Patriots team still has a solid defense. And Drake May looks like he's getting more and more comfortable each week, so I think they can make this game pretty close. I have it as a field goal game for the Rams. I don't think the Rams lose this one, but they are traveling all the way to Foxborough, so that is a long flight.
Yeah, if they were smart, they would have stayed on the East Coast. I'm sorry, never mind. They played Miami and Los Angeles. No, you're right. Yeah. I just don't think I get the New England a good win for them beating the Bears. I think it was 19-3. I think Stafford and the boys out in Fox or in LA, they come out a little better than that. I'm going to go the Rams here to win this game by at least 5 points. I mean, I think Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Kyrie Williams, a dog in his own right. I think that they can do it against the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we don't get like a fucking suck fest like the game was going the other night. Just both teams, three drives in a row, turnovers.
This one might not be the 1 o'clock games. Only a couple ones I really have an eye on, but
yeah, I probably would not have this game turned on.
It will catch my tablet when Red Zone's on. If they make Red Zone, that's about it.
I don't know if this game's in the Red Zone too much.
You never know. Honestly, this could go either way. Luke, the Cleveland Browns, the New Orleans Saints 1.5-point favorites. This is also a family rivalry for Chris, as his wife and her family are Browns fans.
Are they going to this game? Why not? Because both teams fucking suck.
Chris is at drill.
Oh.
And it's in New Orleans.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, in New Orleans.
I thought they were going. Oh, yeah, it's at New Orleans. I think
they're going to a Browns game, but I think it was later on in the year somewhere.
Do the New Orleans plays the Bengals? Have they played them yet? That might be the game they're going to play.
Yeah. I think that was No, because we don't play the North this year. I think we only play.
No, well, do they play the Bengals?
No, I think no, they don't, because it was for it's that extra game, so it's the same placeholder for the AFC North the year before. So that's why we got the Steelers. They got the Browns.
I don't remember the game he said he was going to go to.
Yeah, I don't remember neither, but I know he's trying to go to. He went to a Browns game last year. I know that, but Luke, yeah, Saints 1.5-point favorites coming off a win against the Falcons. Browns, I think they're coming off a bye week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's a bye week.
Yeah, I mean, the Saints they have the Rizzler, so I got them winning by at least 2 points. The old Rizzler showed up the Falcons last week. The Browns, they're a fucking mess right now. I mean, they got Myles Garrett, and that's about it. Hopefully, Nick Chubb can get some points going, because it's great, because I have Nick Chubb now. I mean, goal line touchdown would be great. But we'll see. James Winston still starting?
Still the starter.
Yeah, hey, rivalry game for him. Like
former team.
Yeah, maybe James goes out here and lights it up. Maybe he does.
You never know.
He throws 4 picks.
Yeah, you never know. Hey, you never know.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. He's going to throw the ball downfield.
He is. He's going to give someone a chance.
He's going to give somebody a chance.
I think it was. I think someone in the Discord said he's got like the first 2 games, one being 1-1. He's got like the most pass yards or air yards in the NFL with touchdowns, interceptions too. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's got a very catchable ball. Somebody's catching the ball. That ball ain't touching the ground.
This game, honestly, have no interest in it at all. I'm going to pick the Saints. I know Chris is now back on. I want the Saints to win so we don't draft a quarterback early on. It was tank. Now it's just be somewhere in the mid-teens to avoid one of the first QBs. But, yeah, I'm going to go Saints here, Luke, to win by at least 2 points.
Yeah, it's pretty safe pick, and especially in New Orleans.
Allen's alone on the Cleveland Browns train right here.
That's odd.
Very odd, yeah. Luke, the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Nashville, your neck of the woods, to face the Titans. The Skull Nation is favored by 5.5 points.
Maybe we should look up what ticket prices are. I know it's starting to get cold here, so it's been pretty cold all week. Maybe I'll look up ticket prices. We'll see. I don't know.
It's the same time as the Ravens game. You sure you want to miss that?
I mean, I'll watch it on my phone. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what ticket prices are. See what a couple buddies are doing. I don't know, but yeah, I think this game Vikings win easy. I think it's be a touchdown plus game. I don't know where Allen's getting the Titans playing good football at all. I mean, they played decent last week, but
defense is actually decent for the Titans.
Yeah, but I think the too much firepower on the offense for the Vikings for that defense. Justin Jefferson's still Justin Jefferson, so he's gonna do his thing. You get the ball within 10 feet of him, he's probably gonna catch it.
Yeah, he's one of the best receivers in football. Definitely one of the best. I get why Allen's going to be doing it. They only won 12-7 against the Jaguars with Mac Jones, and their defense isn't as good as the Titans. I think that the Vikings, though, they're a little pissed off after last week. Sam Darnold's kind of come back to earth a little bit. I think they get going. I think Aaron Jones and JJ have a pretty big game. I'm going to go Vikings here. I think they cover the spread. I think it's going to be ugly for Will Levis too. He might be in for a long day.
I don't know. I thought I got a steal taking Will Levis pretty late in Dynasty, but he's turning out to be kind of like my Zach Wilson pick. It's turning out to be.
At least Levis is a starter right now.
For now.
Keywords for now.
Yeah, for now. I don't know about next season.
Yeah,
he might find his way off my roster.
Yeah. Luke, next game of the week, the Atlanta Falcons and Denver Broncos in Mile High Stadium. You know, both teams coming off a loss. Both teams feel very disappointed. The Falcons coming off that 20-17 loss to the Saints where they fired Dennis Allen. They trade Marshawn Lattimore. The Broncos, again, they lost to the Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs, but they were in field goal range. It's a short field goal. They allow a block to lose the game. 6-4 for Atlanta, 5-5 for the Broncos. Denver's favored by 2.5.
Yep. I like this Denver defense, and their offense has been clicking. Bo Nix is playing good football. They're in Mile High. The Falcons have to play outside this week. It's a tough game for them. They don't like playing outside. It might be a little chilly in Denver. It might be hard to breathe. So I'm taking Denver here. I like their defense better, and the offense has been playing good football.
I see what you're saying, and I understand this defense is clicking. The offense with Bo Nix, I feel like, is playing pretty good. Hey, Estime is getting a lot of touches. He's been getting featured. Hasn't had any like big moments yet, but hey, it's slowly getting there. Glad I drafted him in Dynasty. Actually, he's officially off my taxi squad. I moved him off today.
I had to activate him.
Because he's getting playing time. And with my receivers being hurt, I might have to start playing more running backs. But Luke, I'm going to go the Falcons here. It's a given. This is my team. I'm riding with the boys out there, Mile High. Hey, we have a bye week next week, so going into the bye week 7-4 would be really good.
Yeah, I am a little scared sitting on the other side with Allen over here, though.
Yeah, you're with Allen, who's in last place at the moment.
Yeah,
but
I'm a little scared sitting over there, but
I just think
I like Denver here. I think they're coming off their tough loss last week where they thought they had it in the bag and then they didn't.
And this is not me being biased. This is my sneaky game of the week. Obviously, you know, you have the Steelers and the Ravens, you have the Commanders and the Eagles and Chiefs Bills, but like those are given. Those are the games everyone's excited for.
I mean, there's only 3 games in the late window, so it'll be in the multi-view.
Be in the multi-view.
It'll be there. I will be watching.
I think that this game will be a one-score game no matter who wins. I don't think it's a blowout. I think Kirk Cousins is going to come out. I think Kirk Cousins is going to play good football. I think Bijan's going to be really active in this game.
Need a big Bijan game this week. I need one. Need another one.
I'll be surprised if Kyle Pitts gets a touchdown to this game. I have a sneaky feeling about Kyle Pitts this week. But That's my prediction, Luke. 7-4 in the bye, hopefully. Luke, let's move on to Jake's team, the 49ers. They're hosting the Seattle Seahawks. The 49ers are 6.5-point favorites. And don't forget, they did beat the Seattle Seahawks early in the year on Thursday Night Football in Seattle.
Yep, they don't beat them again, though. This 49ers team is starting to get going again. They're getting healthy again. So, I mean, Brock Purdy's playing good football. I mean, at least he played good football last week. Yeah, I get the Seattle's got a pretty tough defense, but I don't trust the offense at all, really, for Seattle. I think DK Metcalf should be back this week.
And that was the plan. And I meant to say the Niners did beat them in Seattle earlier. So the Niners are trying to go for the sweep.
Yeah, so I think the Niners got them. Pretty easy by touchdown.
Yeah, I think they won by a couple scores against them. Actually, I don't remember what they did. I think was it a backdoor cover? I forgot what they did honestly against the Seattle Seahawks week. Yeah, here it is right here. So yeah, that was a 12-point game. The Seahawks did not cover the spread. No, Luke. Yeah, I'm riding with the 49ers here. Chris McCaffrey looked pretty good. Rushing the ball wasn't the best, but hey, he's slowly getting into it. Ricky Pearsall been getting involved too. George Kittle, obviously being George Kittle. Hey, this is a good team. Like so, the Niners are due for a run here. I'm shocked that Jake did not pick them to cover the spread.
Yeah, he probably knows divisional game. They're usually pretty close.
Reverse psychology too. That's what Jake's motto is.
Yeah, usually he'll pick against the 49ers or something like that, just so he's like, hey, I told you they're gonna lose.
Or he'll bash him and he's like, oh, reverse psychology. I knew it all along. But
yeah,
I just think
the first to say the 49ers will suck.
Yeah,
he'll be the first one to say it.
No, I have Niners winning this game, Luke. This next game, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. The Bills are 1.5-point favorites. Big game.
Yeah, big game, man. It looks like we're all over the board here. So, I think
a 1-point win by the
Bills. I think with Josh Allen missing his, probably banged up Mark Cooper if he plays. No Keon Coleman. I just like the way the Kansas City offense is clicking a little bit more right now. Kelsey's been pretty active. I'm sure he has a great game this week. They always play big games, biggest moments. Then I trust the Kansas City defense more than I trust the Bills defense.
I'm just gonna say it's Josh motherfucking Allen. It's time. Superman cape comes on. He does it against Mahomes.
He puts the Superman cape on when it's not the playoffs.
And that's guess what? It's not the playoffs. It ain't even the fantasy football playoffs yet. So I'm riding with Josh Allen. I'm riding with Josh Poo. That's what I do. No disrespect towards Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. If it's the playoffs, maybe I would have picked them. But no, this is the regular season. It's Orchard Park. It's Buffalo Bills. It's Josh Allen. It's the defense is playing good. I understand everything you said, Luke, and I agree with you. All that stuff is true. But I'm not betting against Josh Allen this game. I don't care if Mark Cooper's out. I'm picking the Buffalo Bills. I will ride with them until they burn this week.
Okay,
it's Mother Closet team.
I would like Kansas City to lose. I like seeing all these sad bandwagon fans.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Yeah, I like seeing the sad bandwagon fans because the Bills ain't got no bandwagon fans.
Yeah, their fans are nuts too, man.
Yeah,
they are nuts. Luke, let's move on to Sunday Night Football. The Cincinnati Bengals, the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers 1.5-point favorites at home. I don't know who's going to have more fans here, but the Chargers are our favorite at SoFi Stadium.
I don't know who's going to have more fans because Cincinnati's been their record's terrible. So Chargers might have a good opportunity to have more fans at this game.
Yeah, it's a big game for the Bengals too. 4-6 bye week next week. Going to the bye week 5-6 is not bad.
Yeah,
just have a chance.
This is a must-win game for the Bengals.
Oh,
they lose this game, they're pretty much out. Because I think they could only afford two losses, and they got one of them against the Ravens last week. So it's tough, but I like this way this Chargers defense has been playing. I've been playing really good football, solid football, and Justin Herbert's getting that offense going. They're starting to click. J.K. Dobbins is not playing as well as he was at the beginning of the season, but Justin Herbert's throwing the ball a lot better than they were at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, he is.
I like old Lad McConkey out there making big plays. Quentin Johnson, catching some touchdowns here recently, so I like it. I'm around with the Chargers. I'm not picking the Bengals ever. So
surprised Jake chose the Bengals, by the way.
Yeah, I think the Bengals hype from their offense is gonna come down this week. They're gonna come back down to earth or on the road and across the country. It's not a big primetime matchup. I think the Bengals come out a little flat.
I'm thinking T. Higgins is playing, so I'm riding with the whole squad being there, ready to go. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, arguably when they played the two, arguably the best duo. I'm not saying they are, but they're up there. As a duo, they're really good. I just think that it's going to be too much offense, like you said. I don't think it's going to come crashing down this week. I don't know. The Chargers' offense, they're just weird. There are times where they're really good, times that they kind of come back to earth. I get it, they're a young offense, not like too many big name receivers yet. I just think that the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins effect, it's going to come in clutch this week. They go to 5-6 in the bye week, and then maybe we'll see at the end of November, December, if the Bengals can make a run for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, and Chris and Allen, Chris and Allen feels so.
Go Chargers, go.
Go Chargers, go. Monday Night Football, the Battle of Texas. All hype before the season, by the way, but not so much. But Houston Texans, Dallas Cowboys in Dallas, in Jerry's World. Texans 7.5-point favorites, Luke.
Yeah, at least the sun will be set for this game, so they won't have to deal with the sun blocking everybody's view, all the players. So no excuse for drop passes this game. But Cowboys they're fucking terrible on both sides of the ball. Like nothing's clicking for them now. Cooper Rush is bad. They're not playing Trey Lance. I don't know Trey Lance. Did he play a little bit last week? I think
he got some playing time. Yeah, in the second half.
He should start this week. I mean, I don't know why you're playing around Cooper Rush. Yeah,
just start him the rest of the year. Honestly,
yeah. You spent a 5th round draft pick on Trey Lance. Let's see if he's got something, so you can move off of him if he doesn't. I mean, Cooper Rush is a solid backup, but the season's gone. So see if you got something. See if Trey Lance is a guy or something. But no, I think Texans offense gets it going this week. This Cowboys defense cannot stop the pass. They can't stop the run. Michael Parsons is pretty much a ghost on the defensive side of the football. I mean, had a decent game last week, but he's a ghost in the run game. All he does is rush the passer, and I think C.J. Stroud can get the ball out quick enough to his wide receivers this week that they win the game.
And we might see Nico Collins. Yeah, no Nico Collins being there doesn't matter. They win this game easily. Luke, you hit every nail right on the head. This Dallas Cowboys team is garbage. They're not good this year. I love to say I called it because I had them at 8 wins. They might not even reach that, so I'm going to be wrong. But it's a good being wrong because it's less than the wins I had. It just proves the point. And I don't care if Dak was playing. This is not a good team. They're not good this year.
They haven't been good with Dak playing.
Yeah, exactly. Houston gets back on track. They have a good schedule going forward to maybe get some momentum before the Ravens and Chiefs down the line when they play them in the regular season.
Big game right there. We got them on Christmas Day on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're going to be off that week, so I don't think we're going to be able to preview those games, which sucks because it is a big game. But we will still make the picks.
I don't know my Christmas plans either yet. I gotta figure out my work. I'll be 2 weeks into command at that point, so I'll be going through it.
But Luke, that was the predictions of the week. We have one college game to talk about and question marks all around it because we don't know if Nico's playing, but the Georgia Bulldogs, number 12, currently out of the playoff bracket, traveling or hosting.
Big stir today that Georgia was not in there.
Yeah, I saw some tweets. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. But number 7, Tennessee and Georgia. Luke, who do you have winning this game?
I think Georgia actually does win this game. I don't care if Nico plays or not. I think the Georgia Bulldogs are going to come to this game pretty pissed off, and they're playing at home. They can't lose this game at home. If they still want a shot at the playoffs, like they have to win out. So I mean, I think Georgia wins this game. I think they win it big.
Yeah, I think even with Nico, I'm riding with Georgia. Georgia's pissed off coming off that Ole Miss loss, very embarrassing loss too. I get it was in Oxford, but still, that was a bad loss.
Old boy Timmy was going through it.
Hotty toddy, yeah, hey man, he talked all day. He talked all day. He did it to himself. A lot of those couple Bulldogs fans too that were loving the whole "Go Dogs" and just barking at them.
Yeah, good times.
Very good time.
Yeah, I don't know how many times we'll be playing Rocky Top this week.
well, I won't be playing it because I won't be near a Tennessee bar. So
Hey, just cue it up at your phone or something.
I was doing it. I was sitting there
Yeah.
like
Hey,
Pat McAfee with
let
I
the
was
band
doing
play.
it. I was excited
Little
for
Rocky
it.
Top.
But back to let's talk the little madness real quick. I get it. Georgia's played all these teams. And last year, I was defending, like Texas beat Bama, but the difference was Bama and Texas last year was the same record. If we would have beat Bama and we were one loss less than Bama, I can't say that we should be ranked higher than Alabama because we have 2 losses. The math is simple. I get it. They're trying to paint the math on their board where Georgia beat these ranked teams and Alabama beat these ranked teams. And okay, I'll give you Tennessee. Maybe Tennessee should be higher than Texas if you want to go that route. That's the only team I'll give you out of the SEC. But the math is not hard. Texas has 1 loss. Tennessee has 1 loss. Alabama and Georgia have how many losses, Luke?
I think they both got 2 right now, right?
Okay, so math means they have more. They don't deserve to be ranked higher than Texas and Tennessee if they have more losses. It's just, hey, you have to win your games. I'm sorry that Texas got the easier schedule. I will give you that to you. We got the easier schedule. That's not our fault.
You did get the easiest schedule in SEC. You did.
But
Georgia got a tough one, though. I get it. They were dealt a tough hand this season.
And that's the first time, and they can complain. The last couple of years, it wasn't a problem when they were getting easy schedules, though, was it?
Yeah, no. Who cares about that? That's back then.
Okay. But let's not act like Texas has just been cakewalking, skating through these easy games. We've been blowing out most of the teams. Yeah, I get it. Vanderbilt was a they eventually made a 3-point game, even though it was a 2-score game most of the game. But no one was. But guess what? Vanderbilt beat Alabama. So is that really a bad win? I mean, they just beat Alabama. So don't that's double standards, in my opinion. You ride them when they beat Bama, but then you shit on us when we barely beat them. I mean, it's not you, but just people in general. It's like, shut the hell up. We're fucking 8-1. That's not our problem.
Yeah, I think the only reason you're in front of Tennessee is because your loss was to a better team. And I think it's the only reason you're ahead of Tennessee right now.
And we had the virtue of being higher most of the year. So
yeah.
And like I said, Tennessee's the only one I'll give you if you want to push them higher than Penn State and Texas. Okay, I understand that. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, Texas is going to have to play Tennessee in the SEC championship if we both win out. And the winner of that's going to be higher at the end of the day. So
are you playing A&M?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But if we both win out, Tennessee and Texas, the winner of that would be the higher team.
Yeah, if you win out. Because if you win out, then you beat A&M already.
Yeah, and I think we do win out.
Play back-to-back weeks. It could be interesting.
I don't think we will play. I mean, I don't think we will play them back-to-back weeks, but it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this is a big game. I mean, elimination game for Georgia, pretty much.
Oh, big! Yeah, it's an elimination game. If Georgia loses this, they're out.
I think LSU's hanging around still, just because they have 3 losses, but there are only 2 conference losses. Yeah. So I think they're still hanging around. They're the bottom tier. They're hanging out, though.
I'm rooting for Tennessee because I want Georgia to get kicked. I want them to kick rocks because it's still Georgia. I mean, it's still that whole they can show up any given day, and I don't want that.
You don't want to play Georgia in the SEC championship.
I think if we do play them, I still believe we win. I just don't want to take that chance at all. I don't even want that to be a scenario. But Luke,
they've been there quite a bit, so they're used to it.
But Luke, we are about out of time for tonight, man. We had a good episode, man. Very good episode. Big games this weekend, like I said. All eyes are going to be on the NFL. A couple big games in college, but big football week. Hey, your team has a good game. My team has a good game. Doc's team in a big game. Even Jake's team rivalry game out there against the Seahawks. But no, all eyes will be on the NFL starting tomorrow night. Eagles, Commanders. Chris wanted me to play video games tomorrow. I was like, whoa. Eagles Commanders, this is a good Thursday night game. I can't miss that. I can't have the game on my tablet trying to watch it every now and then. This is it's a big matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I had the big old 85-inch screen TV downstairs. I wish I could have that bitch on.
Yeah. This game's gonna be on my TV. I'm gonna be laying on the couch. Turn that sound bar up and let's enjoy a good game, Luke. And I hope you enjoy a good weekend. I hope you find whatever you find. I mean, I know I picked the Steelers, but good luck this week.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, it should be a good game either way. Not the end of the season for either team if they lose, so not a huge deal, but it does get tougher if you lose.
if you lose your game and a half out of first place. So it like I said, it hurts you more than it hurts them at the immediate time, but you can still make it up. So
Yep. So 1 game difference between them. So not a huge loss, but
yeah.
And we get to see them at home later on this season.
You do. Saturday at 4:30, the weekend before Christmas. But Luke, hope you have a good weekend. I'm Mark Davis. That's Luke Rule. This is All About the Balls podcast. We'll be back Tuesday night to recap, overreact to the wild weekend of NFL and college football. Have a good night. We'll see y'all Tuesday.